Hello guys! Good evening! Live tayo, Lapagan, Dikitan. Live! Do you ever have that feeling where something just... Ay, Diyos ko, Lord. Hello everyone! Good evening! Tagal naman ko bulo. Ayan ako bulo na. Sige, kulo lang mo. Mag-share ako ng live. Share muna ako ng live. Share muna. Share. Nangyari. Kagulada, hello po. Shout out. Baby, can't you see I'm falling? Hello guys, shout out. 3 million in the house. Justin, thank you Justin. Uy, Junbik, shout out Junbik. Sige, ano natin kayo. Mamigay na tayo ng WH. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Rignar, shout out. Justin. Meme Life, shout out. Ayan, baba lang kayo ng bahay. Ipin natin kayo. Hello, Dang! Mega love shout out, Dang. Busy ka ba? Ayan, may harang sa iyo, Justin. Next tayo kay Junbik. Tapos play tayo ng member. Ragnar, yes po. Pwede ba ang main co-host? Yes po, pwede po, Ragnar. Junvik Mangubat. Searchable na talaga ang mga pangalan nyo, no? Guys, wag kayong mag-change ng pangalan, guys, kapag nakilala na kasi kayo ng tao dito. Kapag nakilala kayo ng tao dito sa pangalan nyo, sinisearch na lang yan ng tao. Ng mga tao. And then, yung channel mo become searchable siya. So, wag kayong mag-change ng mga names. Okay, dalawa pa lang. Play natin si Dang. Basta members, libre na WH ang mga members. Sige po, tamsakan kita. Play muna kita, Dang. Mike Saha, hello. Oh, nag-loading ka na, Junbik? What happened, Junbik? Nag-loading? Napanood ko to, oh, yung bulag na inayudahan. Bad weather conditions. Weather or signal conditions? Ayan si nanay. Si nanay na bulag. Ayan. Mike Saha, shout out. Nagbaba ng bahay si Ragnar. Yan, dikitan nyo, guys. Dikitan. Ayan. Tusukan natin yan, yung binaba mo, Dang. Tingnan natin ang binaba mo. Ah, sino to? Dang, hindi naman ikaw to, Dang. Sino tong binaba mo? Hindi naman to, Dang, ikaw. Live yung binaba mo, Dang. Live yung nababa mo. Weather as well, kasi malakas hangin ito. Ah, ganun ba? Sige, Ragnar. Puntahan kita, Ragnar. Mali man yun, sis. Hindi sa'yo yung binaba mo, sis. Shout out, Rot. Wala akong Rot. Bagong ninja. Wala akong bagong ninja. Ragnar, nandito ako sa iyo. Francis Eric Vlog. Ayan, pangalawang tusok ako, ha. Isa pa lang pala tusok nito. Dang, baba ka ulit, Dang. Live yung binaba mo. Baba ka ulit. Para ipin natin. Ito kami pag W. Saan ka ba, Ragnar? Andito pa ako sa video mo, Ragnar. Saan ka ba? Buhay, OFW din pala to si Ragnar. Pinuntahan ko. Dang, yung binaba mo kanina, hindi pala ikaw yun. Guys, palitan, guys. Sino may mga ninja dyan? Si Rot, guys. Gusto ni Rot 20 to 30? Baka meron sa inyo dyan. Yung bulag. Ah, sa Poland ka. Uy, Ragnar. Madami ng mga refugees pumasok dyan. 150,000 na. Sa Poland. Galing ng Ukraine. Ay, nakatusok na ako dito, Dang. Kay Lula na to. Napanood ko na to kanina. Ayan, 5 hours ago. Natusukan ko na pala yan. Si Lulang Bulag. Guys, patusok naman guys sa captain, guys. Kay Lulang Bulag. Oy, Ragnar, kamusta naman dyan? Malapit ka ba sa border ng Ukraine? Dito sa hotel naman, madami. Kawawa naman sila, no? Until now, bukas pa rin yung TV ko kasi Nanonood talaga ako ng balita, araw-gabi. Bago ako matulog, balita. Pagkagising, balita. Diyos ko po. Kagabi, ang tagal ko makatulog. Sabi ko, kailangan ko makatulog na maaga kasi may appointment ako kinabukasan. Ang tagal ko nakatulog kagabi. Yung laman ng utak ko, Ukraine. Naloko na. Border kami ng Germany. Okay. Oo, Dang. Na-share mo kanina sa GC. Kamusta naman ang pamumuhay dyan sa Poland, Ragnar? Kawawa naman tong taga-Ukraine, no? Nan. Agoy. Nuclear deterrent. Naku naman to si Putin. Nuclear na ang in-orders niya. Palala ng palala to. Ay nako. Sa Hong Kong ako, Ragnar. There's Licious Cooking. Mega love shout out. Annyeonghaseyo. Shout out. Tama lang po, host, makabili ng makabili ng bigas talaga. Kabili talaga ng bigas. Busy sila sa war. Ang Pilipinas naman, busy sa pagkikipagkaraban ng mga politika. Grabe yung nangyayari sa mundo, no? Ano na, hindi na maganda yung mga nangyayari sa mundo kasi dito sa Hong Kong. Para ding, lumabas ako kanina, actually pag linggo marami dapat tao sa labas, pero parang mukhang may war. Walang mga tao, parang takot. Oy, madam, salamat sa pag-share, Madam Lars Licious Cooking Vlogs. Puntahan na kita, madam. Guys, share nyo lang guys sa mga YouTube community ninyo para meron din kayong pa-play sa akin. Lars Licious Cooking. Pero grabe lang ano yung damage na dulot nito sa Ukraine. Hamakin mo pag sinira mo ang isang building, ang laki kaya ng halaga magpagawa ng building, ang laki nga ng halaga paggawa ng bahay, i-building pa. Host, mahirap ba makuha ang $100? Yes, Ragnar, mahirap. Promise, mahirap. Minsan ang nakukuha ko lang sa isang buwan $50. Kaya minsan, every other month ako nagsasahod. Kasi hindi ko nakukuha ang $100 sa isang buwan kung wala masyadong may nagpapalipad at nagpapamember. Thank you, Lors Licious. Junbik. Thank you, Junbik. Monetize ka na ba, Ragnar? Monetize ka na? Mahirap makuha ang $100. Kaya kailangan mo talagang mag-support sa iba para i-support ka din nila, ganun. Hindi siya Kailan ka pa na-monetize, Ragnar? You're welcome, Madam Lors Licious Cooking. Para lang din siyang banana. Diba, mahirap makuha ang banana. Mahirap makagraduate. Parang ganun lang. Mahirap din makuha ang sahod. Kasi, marami kasi ang nagla-live ba. Kumbaga, hindi lang ako, ganun. So, kumbaga, ang mga viewers, imbes na pupunta dito, pupunta din sa iba, mag-support ba. 1 week ka pa lang. Wala pa yan. Mo pa lang pala. Pero, ituloy mo lang. Kung meron kang mag-viral na video, ay swerte mo. Pero pag mga ganitong live, hindi to mag-viral ang live ko kasi live lang man to. Pero wala naman duration sa revenue host. Anong ibig sabihin mo? Anong sabihin mo walang wala naman duration sa revenue? Wala naman eh. It's up to you naman eh. Naka-base naman, wala namang dito, limit na time. Madam host, madali lang ba gawin yung ginagawa nyo sa screen? Kapag may computer ka, depende sa gig ng computer mo. Pag mababa ang gig ng computer mo, hindi kaya mag-play niyan sa screen. Sun mo to vlog, shoutout Sun mo to vlog, thank you. Pag dili makuha ng ilang buwan, di ba, madimo? Ay, hindi man. Ragnar, hindi naman Ragnar. Ako nga unang sahod ko dati, 4 na buwan yata bago ako nagkasahod. Sun mo to vlog, on the way na ako Sun mo to vlog. 3 months more than yata, ako bago nakasahod, nung kauna-unahan ko. Kasi wala pa masyadong, siyempre nakakakilala sa akin noon. Wala pang wala masyadong may nagpalipad. Then later on, may mga nagpapalipad na, nagpapamember. Rishu, what happened, Rishu? Inday Silver, mega love shout out. Andito na ko Sun mo to vlog Ikaw, Junbik, kaano ka nakatagal monetize, Junbik? Pero Ragnar, kung maraming nagpapalipad sa'yo, mabilis ka nun mabilis ka makasahod. Madam, ilang gig kailangan host? 8 gig ang laptop mo dapat para maka-play ka. Hoy, Sun mo to vlog, nag-loading man tong live mo Sun mo to vlog. Mag-play na lang ako ng iba ba? Nag-loading man to oy. Dollar pa man ako host. Anong dollar? Anong dollar? Ako dollar din naman. Halos lahat naman dollar. Okay, I will play your issue. Di ako makalive, busy sa pamugas. Lagi OT. Mas malaki pa OT kikitain mo dyan. Wait lang guys, mag-play muna ako kay Rishu. Thank you, Rishu. Oy, Rishu, I'm sorry, Rishu. I didn't reach your premiere, but I can play you now. Sing by heart official. Because you set the time 9 p.m. Then when I check 9 p.m., it's already done. That's why. But it's okay. I can still play this. Ayan, okay na, Rishu. Eltors, mega love shout out. 4 months na, maliit pa revenue. Kasi ka nagla-live, Junbik. Mag-live ka, Junbik. Or di kaya igala mo yung mga video mo. Dan sa nakapin, thank you, Rishu. Baka next month, mag-ilis ako practice. Sige. Inday Silver, thank you, Inday Silver. Puntahan kita, Inday Silver. Inday Silver. Eltor, salamat sa patusok ka. Inday Silver. Thank you, Inday, for sharing my live. Play all natin para makarami. May always bad luck na. No, don't think about bad luck. $2 pa ako revenue. Kasi 1 week ka pa lang, Ragnar. 1 week ka pa lang kasi. Every 2 days kasi ang niyan, ang update. Minsan, 24 hours bago mag-update. Buita Gig, shout out. Si Junbik, oh. Igala mo, Junbik, ang ano mo, Junbik. Kung gusto mo talaga, Junbik, mag-ano ka, para magka-revenue ka, igala mo yung video mo, ipapanood mo sa mga friends. Uy, Boy Tagig, shout out. Julius Jao, USA, mega love, shout out. Puntahan na kita, Boy Tagig. Lucky Raha, hello, Lucky Raha. Boy Tagig. Oo, andito na ako sa ano mo, bahay mo, Tagig. Ayan. Sige guys, magdikitan kayo guys. Dikitan lang kayo. Ayan, Boy Tagig, naka-play ka na, Boy Tagig. Ayan si Lucky Raha. Oh, salamat Lucky Raha. Thank you, thank you. Basta ano lang guys, don't waste your time. Trabahuhin nyo lang kung gusto nyo ano, kumita. Ganun kasi, hindi siya kadali actually, hindi siya madali. But walang imposible sa matyaga. Lahat naman kasi dadaan sa ano sa pagtsatsaga. Walang tiyaga, walang nilaga. Carry lang yan, guys. Kaya ang ginagawa ko dito, para hindi po masayang ang mga oras nyo, nagpi-play ako sa videos ninyo, guys, para ang oras ninyo ay hindi masasayang. Na nakikipagdikitan kayo dyan, at the same time, naka-play dito yung video nyo sa taas. Tapos, sikapin ninyo na may magpi-play ng video ninyo. Kahit ilang tao lang, sikapin lang ninyo na merong may mag-play talaga ng video nyo. Kasi, pag walang may nagpi-play ng video nyo, guys, lalangawin yung video nyo. Walang views yan. Ilalako nyo yan. Ano ba diskarte para marami ang WH? Magsipag, makipagdikitan. Guys, anyone wants to barter kay Risyo? Sino yung may mga ninja dyan? May mga alagad? Guys, who wants to do barter? Exchange ng ano guys? Banana? Si Rishu, merong ano yan ha? Si Rishu, merong 15 banana. Si Rishu, guys. I'm asking them, Rishu, if who wants to exchange because mostly, some of them, they are using their main channel. Isa lang alagad ko po. Isa lang. Mostly, they have only like one ninja. Ninja pa more. Yan guys, si Rishu guys. He is our loyal viewers here. And he has 15 banana. And minsan guys, mag-ano lang kayo, magdikit, huwag kayong mag-antayan. Kasi pag nag-antayan kayo guys, masayang talaga ang oras. Masasayang ang oras. Pwede rin kayong makipag-deal dyan sa baba kung sure kayo, para mag-sure kayo na magsukli talaga. Pwede nyo i-deal muna dyan ang mga tao sa baba kung sino gusto nyong kapalitan. Risyo! Ruth wants to, exchange Risyo. Risyo 15. 15 banana to Ruth weak heart. Igala-gala nyo lang ang mga video ninyo guys kung gusto ninyo magkaroon talaga ng views. Ratio, Ruth weak heart, have 15. You can deal with her. Pax official, mega love shout out. Ruth weak heart is a woman. She is a woman. Boy Tagig, dan dikit na po. Oy, Boy Tagig, suklian mo si Ragnar. Boy Tagig ha. You can deal with her. English na tayo, no? English pa more. Ruth, let's start po. Madam Ruth, mag-start na daw sa si Rishu. Andyan pa ba siya? Ayan, game daw, game. 15. Ayan na, ratio, game, deal. Uy, asa na si Boy Tagig? Ang tagal na to ni Boy Tagig, hindi talaga umuusad ang banana niya kasi panay layas. Okay, start Ruth. Ayan, mag-start na daw si Risyo. 15 daw. Ragnar, isa lang yung extra mo saging, Ragnar. Maganda sana pag marami kang ano ba. No need to watch. Risyo, no need to watch. Because Ruth is very quick. She's very fast in exchanging banana. She can finish 15 easy. Madam Ruth, sabihan mo daw siya kung kailangan pa daw ba i-watch or hindi. Sa hotel ka pala, Ragnar, nagtatrabaho? Sige, Ragnar. Kasuhin mo muna yan, for sure. Marami yan. Marami talaga mga refugees dyan. Ang dami-dami na nila ngayon. Tulungan man yan sila ng government ng bansa ninyo. Tulungan man yan sila. Isa lang kasi cellphone ko, host. Pag nakabili ako cellphone, isa. Oy, hindi okay lang, Ragnar, kahit isa lang ang cellphone. Log in, log out mo lang yan, kahit maraming account ka, pwede man yan. Karamihan man dito, isa lang ang cellphone. Katulad ni Rishu, isa lang ang cellphone yan. I-log in, log out lang ba? Parang vlogger, shout out. Kamusta ka na parang vlogger? Nag-day off ka kanina? Pasyal ka dito minsan sa akin, parang vlogger. Di ba dito ka lang sa Hong Kong? Saan ka nga dito? Diba, saan ka? Ay, Lord. Ay, positive ka? Mag-inom ka lang ng ng nilagang luya at saka tanglad. Effective yan. Kasi may inalagaan din ako positive eh. Sa awa ng Diyos, hindi talaga ako nahawaan. Kasi habang nag-aalaga ako noon ng may sakit, nagpositive, panay ako inom ng ng luya at saka nilagang luya at saka nilagang lemongrass, yung tanglad, super effective siya. Kasi ni-research ko siya, ang dami niyang benefits. Oy, Bliss Foods, shout out. Shout out Blessed Foods. Pax Official, Workout Academy London, shout out. Aakyat ka, sige. Baba kong hagdan. Oy, thank you ha, thank you. Ayan na yung hagdan. I-play muna kita, parang vlogger. Salamat, Blessed Foods! Laki na ng bahay mo, no? 10,000 na. Wala, nag-loading. Nag-loading tayo. Ang dami ng mga mo, no? Views sa mga coordination. Andyan ka na ba sa pintuan? Wait lang ha, play ko muna to. Ayan, may harang sa'yo. Akyat na, bliss ka. Ro, tapos ka na ba kay Risyo? Ando na yun si Risyo, on the way na sa'yo. Mabilis to si Rot mag-dikit eh. Mabilis pumindot-pindot. Magaling kumanta si Uy, tinanggalan ng jacket. Adil, shout out Adil. Hello, ganda. Kamusta ka na? Oh, device not connected. Ano nangyari? Nag-loading ka? Loading ka? Saan na siya? Wala. Bakit sinipa ni Nightbot si ano, oh? Si Adele and Queen Algrave Vlog. Nakamute ka. Mega love shoutout, Adele. Nakamute. Ayan, Adele, meron ka ng jacket po. Salamat sa pagbisita. Hindi kita naririnig. Parang vlogger. Nawala. Yes po, Adele. Gusto mo makipag-barteran, Adele? Tara na mga lalabs, may gira dito. 10-20 available. 10-20. Nalaglag si ano. Guys, si Blessed Foods. Sinong merong 20 dyan? Adele, meron kang ano? May alagad ka? Ruth, dan na daw Ruth si ano ratio sa'yo, dan 15. Ratio, you want to connect to Blessed Foods? Blessed Foods. 15 yan si ratio, may 15 si ratio. Mona Lynn Reyes, thank you po sa pa-thumbs up. Ratio, Blessed Foods wants to barter. Sana si Ratio? Ayan, yes, I will daw. Okay. Drop your link. Drop your link, guys. Go Ryan si Ratio. Tapos na siya kay Ruth. Sana si Ruth? Ayan, Ratio. Ruth, already done to you. Uy, nasaan ka na parang vlogger? Nawala, is parang vlogger, nalaglag. Ayan na. Ayan na, nag-drop na ng link. Barter pa more. Uy, Fox Alamat Vlog, shout out. Thank you po sa pagbisita. May jacket ka na po, Fox Alamat Vlog. Madam Lorslicious, gusto mo rin? Opo, baby pa bahay niya ni Rishu, guys. Oo, baby pa yan. Okay, go guys. 15-15. Bless Pods, let's start 15. Okay, ayan. Okay, Rishu, go, go. Para lang tayo may ano dito. Go, go, go. Ano yun? May gera? May gera! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! May gera na! Go, go, go! Fox Alamat Vlog! Baba ka lang bahay mo. Sige, go, go, go! Go, go, go talaga. Parang vlogger. Nag-ano ka? Naglo-loading ka.
Dinig mo na ako?
Ayan! Yes!
Dinig mo na ako.
Okay lang yan, Madam Lors Licious. Yeah, Rishu. Go ahead,
Dinig mo
Rishu.
na ako?
Oo, narinig na kita.
Nasaan ka ba dito?
Dito, ano, sa may, malapit sa Times Square. Causeway Bay.
Saan yun?
Causeway Bay, alam mo yun dito sa may, ano, Hennessy
Causeway
Road.
Bay.
Oo. Saan ka?
Discovery Bay.
Malayo-layo. Kailan
Sasakay
ka pa
ako ng ferry.
Oo, kailan ka pa nag-positive?
Ano lang, tong Webes.
Magpagaling ka muna kasi bawal pag gumala-gala.
Bernes pala, Bernes.
O, anong nararamdaman mo?
Ano lang, trangkaso lang.
Hindi naman malala kasi pag fully vaccinated ka naman daw ay hindi naman daw malala ang mararamdaman mo.
Oo, hindi naman malala, yung may lasa ka
Oo,
pa rin tapos may nakakalasa ka pa rin tapos nakakaamoy ka.
oo, trangkaso lang 'no, nilagyan lang ng pangalan kaya
Oo,
naging COVID.
trangkaso lang.
Nilagyan lang ng pangalan kaya naging
Oo.
COVID.
First
At
time ko
least
lang din nagtrangkaso dito.
oh, ilang years ka na ba dito?
8,
Tapos ngayon ka lang
mag-e-8.
natrangkaso. Day
Ngayon na
by
ako
day.
nagkatrangkaso ng ganito, siguro pauwi na din.
Hmm, get used to na.
Sa'yo ba yung bahay na yan?
Ha?
Sa'yo ba yung bahay na yan?
Saan?
Yan?
Ang
Yung
tinitirahan ko?
tinitirahan mo?
Oo, ako lang nakatira dito.
Saan amo mo?
Wala akong amo dito.
Saan amo mo?
Wala akong amo.
Yan mo yan.
Tirahan ko nga.
Ah, sana all.
Sana. Sana all talaga.
Sana all.
Pasyal ka dito pag gumaling ka na.
O, sige. By March na. March na bukas.
Uy, wala pa. The other day pa. 28
Early day
bukas.
pa pala. Mm-mm.
Pero may ano ka rin, weekly ang day off mo?
Ano? Oo naman. Every
Uy,
Sunday.
ang laki na ng bahay mo. Kailan ka pa ba nag YouTube?
Ano ng bahay mo? Maliit pa yung bahay ko, Kurimaw ka.
Uy, 10,000 na yan, no? Hindi na yan basta-basta. Kailan ka pa ba nag-YT?
Last year.
Champion Nash, bigyan love
2000,
shout out.
2014
Kailan?
lang, pero inactive ko lang yung 2018 or something like that. Ganun. Charot.
Oh, 2018 ka nag-active? 2018?
Oh, yung ano lang, mahirap kasi yung ano ba, WH, di ba?
Oo.
Doon ako nahirapan. Sariling
Hmm.
content, mahirap.
Darlene, thank you sa patams, Darlene. Marvin Garcia, mega love shout out.
Maraming salamat sa inyong mga patamsak dyan. Tamsakan nyo si Host na
GM, salamat
Sexy.
GM.
Nagmo-model ka, Jack?
Matagal ka na rin. Ha?
Nagmo-model ka?
Ano sabi mo?
Nagmo-model?
Oo, noong 2017, 18 hanggang pero nung nag-pandemic wala na.
Mm.
Natigil na. Wala na kasi mga events din.
Ano trabaho mo dito? Nasa mall ka nagtatrabaho? Cashier?
Wala akong trabaho.
So, may asawa
May
ka dyan?
lang, may kunting pinagkakakitaan lang.
Mm.
Wala rin akong asawa.
Wala? Wala ka ding jowa?
Maghahanap pa lang.
Parehas
Maghahanap
tayo.
pa wala ng
Patragis
Maghahanap.
ka, di
Sareng.
punggol. Di punggol, gito ka pangita kita sa jowa.
Wala. Hindi pa pwede mga jowa ngayon ako. Delikado, Char. Bless Food. Dana daw sa 15. Risho, you
Yan,
can
shout out
wait.
sa inyo.
Bless Food coming.
Yan, maglablaban kayo dyan, guys. Ano lang ako dito, makisaba-saba lang.
Di ba nag-reactor ka ng Mardi, no?
Oh, Mardi at saka Mamigs.
Oo. Kaya mga ano nyo, grupo nyo, yung mga Mardi Nation.
Ito, suot ko Mardi.
Wow,
Tapos,
sana all.
yung isang suot ko naman, Migs.
Mm-mm.
Nag-live kasi
Okay,
ako
Rishu.
kanina.
Ano sabi mo?
Nag-live kasi ako kanina.
Nag-live ka?
Oh, tapos nag-react ako ng Mariano G. Oh, di ba?
Oo nga eh, fan talaga kayo ng Kamardi.
Try mo din mag-react ng Mardi at saka Migs.
Ano tawag dito? Hindi
Ano?
ako may nagsabi nga sa akin before pero ayoko.
Bakit?
Hindi pa nga ako nag-react ng Mardi noon. May nag-bash na kaagad sa akin, one of the supporter ng Mardi.
Ay, hayaan mo yan sila. Walang problema yun. Pag may nagbabash sa'yo ng ganyan, continue mo lang. Magugustuhan ka rin ng mga yan. Naniwala ka sa akin. Trust me, baby.
Ayaw ko kasing may nagagalit sa akin, tapos wala namang reason, tapos magiging reason ibang tao pa. Manahimik na lang ako.
I-react mo si Virgilin Cares.
Ayoko eh. Hindi ako sa mga mag-react kasi mamaya pag nagkamali ka nang sasabihin mo, mahuhusgahan ka kaagad. 'Di ba mahirap din?
Ay, ako, hindi, marami din akong kalaban dun sa ni-react ko about dun sa kapatid ni Mahal.
Oh.
Pero, meron akong pruweba na pinatunayan.
Teacher Rina, shout out!
So, wala silang sa akin kasi meron akong ebidensya, o, 'di ba? At saka
Ayaw ko kasi ng
at saka
ng
konti lang
parang
yung
ng Lord's Licious, meron po akong harang. Ayaw ko ng yung parang ang magiging environment mo ay magiging toxic. Ayaw ko ng gano'n.
Okay lang yun. Salinan Gaming, shoutout, and Teacher Reyna, shoutout po sa yan. Marvin Garcia, mega love shoutout.
Kaya hindi ko pinapasok yung mga ganyan-ganyan kasi ayaw kong maging toxic ang mundo ko kasi sanay ako na parang tahimik lang ba, alam mo yun? Tahimik.
Okay lang yan kasi nga lahat naman tayo na may mga toxic, lahat naman ng mga magkakaroon talaga ng toxic yan kasi nandito tayo sa social media. Kahit sinasabi natin ayoko ng gano'n, pero meron talaga once na meron talaga magko-comment diyan.
Okay lang siguro one day magiging toxic, nagkaroon ka ng basher because of your own, hindi yung dahil sa ipagtatanggol mo yung ganitong sikat na vlogger, tapos tanggol ka ng tanggol, minsan hindi ka rin naman mare-recognize ng pinagtatanggol mo. Katulad sa politika, 'di ba? Nang tanggol
Okay
sila
lang
ng
yan kasi
nakikipag-away, pero hindi naman sila kilala ng pinagtatanggol nila.
Okay lang yan kasi normal lang yan sa mga reactor. Normal lang yan sa atin. Gano'n
For
yun.
me, parang okay lang po halimbawa iba-bash nila ako about myself kasi alam mo paano mo talaga i-defend 100% ang sarili mo dahil kilala mo yung sarili mo. Pero yung artista kasi hindi mo kilala kung ano talagang pagkatao nun tapos ididepensahan mo tapos mamaya mali ka rin pala, gano'n. Yun ako kaya hindi ko inano. Kaya hindi ko pinasok ang mag-reactor kasi hindi ako ready for the
Hindi ka
consequence
pa
ng
ready.
mga oo, hindi.
Okay.
Mahirap kasi 'pag hindi ka ready. 'Pag hindi ka kasi ready, mental health mo ang
Host,
makakalaban mo 'pag hindi ka
both of you
ready.
are hiding? No, I'm not hiding. There's only darkened
Uy,
hair. Just that.
nasaan na si
Nag-hide ka
Bliss
daw.
Foods?
We're
Kaya
not
ano siya,
hiding here, okay? We're not playing hide and seek.
uy, tapos na siya kay Bliss Food. Saan na si Bliss Food? Ratio, if
Hindi,
I will see Bliss Food,
sa akin
if I
naman,
will see
ano
food in
naman,
other countries, I will tell you.
sa akin,
Ano yon?
na-bash din ako before. Okay lang, bash
Oh,
nila ako. And then, na-realize din na may tama din, o, di ba? And then, pinatuloy ko na maging reactor, gano'n. As in, sinikap ko talaga kung paano siya gawin, kung paano siya i-ano mo yung dati hindi pa naman talaga ako marunong, as in yung pagdating sa Mardi dati hindi pa talaga ako yung perfect talaga mag-react. So, normal lang din
mag-reactor.
talaga na magkakamali.
Kaya nababash ka.
Hindi nababash ako, sabi ko, "Okey lang 'yan, walang problema, dagdag din kayo sa viewers ko, uy."
Oo, yun lang.
'Di ba?
Oo, dagdag din sa
Gano'n lang
viewers.
'yun. Tapos
Yun
sasabihin,
ay
"Uy,
kung
si parang vlogger
yun ay
dito,
kung
gano'n,
sanay ka
gano'n."
ng mag-ano, yun ay kung sanay ka ng mag-handle ng mga ganyang
Hmm,
matters. Pero 'pag hindi ka kasi
oo.
sanay, huwag mong pasukin kasi
Mm.
lalo yung mental health mo kung hindi ka sanay.
Yes,
Kaya
tama.
ako kaya hindi ko pinasok 'yan kasi hindi ako sanay sa magulong ano, sa magulong buhay ba. Even though na pinasok ko yung social media na
Pop Village
ganito,
Vlog, shoutout.
hindi
Hmm,
hindi pa naman ganyan kadami ang viewers kaya parang okey
mm,
lang, parang enjoy lang kasi walang
hmm,
walang magawa. Uy, Bliss Foods,
hmm.
ayan na si Bliss Food, babalik. Bliss Food, daan na daw sa'yo si Risyo. Nawala ako. Saan ka galing? Monalyn Reyes
Nawala siya.
Vlogger,
Penny,
nawala ka.
Manilyn Reyes Vloggers, ayan, please padikit naman sa baby ko, ayan. Mega love shoutout po sa inyo diyan. 'Wag po kayong umiyak,
Risyo,
dapat happy-happy lang.
naiiyak. Risyo, daan 20 Risyo. Na-traffic. Na-traffic.
Ako nga kahit na may sakit ako nag-aano react pa kasi boring ako, boring.
Na-boring ka. Gusto mo
Mm,
may
parang
gagawin.
nasanay na. Pero
Oo,
pag-uwi
okey lang.
ko Jack,
Hmm?
maging Samaritan na yung yung channel ko. Tutulong na din sa iba.
Oo, okey yan.
Mm.
Kasi ako nag-ano lang ako, kaka 1 year ko lang noong October 21 sa YT.
Hmm,
Kaka
hmm.
1 year ko pa lang,
So
October. So
ayan
more
guys,
than 1
antayin niyo yung pag-meet and greet namin ni Jackie, char. Dun ako matulog sa kanila Saturday night, char. Tapos nandun ako sa
ayan
live
Risyo,
niya, oh, 'di
okey na
ba?
Risyo. Naka-20. Nag-aano ka rin? Nagba-barter ka rin? Ano, parang
Hindi,
vlogger?
hindi ako
Hindi ka
nagba-barter.
hmm. Ecoland, shout out. Now give me
Tumutulong
papayas.
lang ako sa mga kila Oliver, mag-play sa kanila, gano'n.
Ah, Cecil
Tinutulungan ko sila
Pagandahan.
mag-play. 'Yan, shoutout po sa inyo diyan. Ikaw malapit ka na rin mag-10,
Malayo-layo pa yan.
Mm. Okey lang 'yan, kaya mo 'yan. Si
Kasi
Silly,
ano,
Pagandahan
mag-ikot.
Vlog Quay, shoutout.
Pag nag-ikot kasi ako minsan, dinadala ko rin yung bahay ng anak ko. So, bale, dalawa
Hmm,
ang ko.
hmm. So ilan ang sahod mo diyan?
Kunti, kunti lang.
Hmm. Hindi dun ako na-boom sa nagbiglang nag-10 sa pag-react ko dun sa kapatid ni Mahal.
Sa kapatid ni Mahal.
Mm, oo,
Kasi viral yun sila, nung lalo na nung kakamatay lang ni
mm.
Mahal. Viral yun. Nakailang views ka doon?
Ano, 24K?
Okay. PA mo na, Lynn. You always crying, my friend. I already give you bananas. Don't cry na, oh. Lynn Reyes,
Why you
vlogger.
crying? Si
Cecil
PA.
Pagandahan. Po.
Why? PA, Manalyn, why you always crying, my friend? I already give banana. Don't cry. Oh, no.
Gilas, Pilipinas for still congrats. Winning
Ikolanda
top.
Brothers, shout out. Shout out July, Filipinas for still congratulations winning to top the group.
Congratulations.
Ay sis, baba na ako. Mag-edit pa ako. So
Sige,
yan
thank
guys,
you.
maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Bliss
Bye-bye.
Foods. Tayo, Bliss Foods. Baba ka ng bahay mo, Bliss Foods. Tingnan ko.
Sige na sisi, bye-bye. See you, see you.
Much. Bye.
Yan, ingat kayo guys. Salamat. Maraming salamat sa inyo. God bless. Bye-bye.
Forever mine. Shout out Forever mine. Thank you sa patamsa.
Sis, baba na ako ha.
Sige, sige.
Sige, sige. Ingat kayo. God bless.
Yung ibang Pinoy hindi talaga sumusuporta sa Team Pilipinas. Nakutya man nun yung sisi sa coach ang iba. Ay, ganun ba? Sad. Guys, dikit-dikit lang kayo, guys. Kinukutya-kutya pala. Bakit kinukutya? Suportahan ang atin. Yung Pinoy dapat pasalamat tayo kung sila maglaro sa court. Kaya ba nila? Oo nga no? Mahirap kaya ang mga kinakaharap ng mga manlalaro. Madaming trainings yan. Madam Elsa! Shout out Madam Elsa! Ayan, Cecil. Dan pulpak sa iyo. Pagandahan, Cecil from H.S. Kirisyo. Ang tanong dyan, kung puro sisihan sila, ibang Pinoy dyan, mas okay sila maglaro. Tingnan natin, kaya nila. Mukhang may pinanghuhugutan ka talaga, Ikuland. Sino ba yun, Ikuland? Thank you, Cecil. Pagandahan. Ayan, Cecil. Dan din daw sa'yo si HSK ratio. Saludo ako sa inyo. Ginawa talaga best sa court. Oo nga. Congrats Ikulan sa sa Gilas Pilipinas. Play ko nga dito rin ang kay Nikki. Yes po, Ekuland. Yes po, support lang sa kapwa ang mga Pilipino. I am not alone. Kamusta naman kayo, guys? How's your evening? Ang daming saging na nakuha ko ngayon at bukas ang daming saging na mahuhulog. Ay, loko-loko ka talaga, Rishu. That's normal, Rishu. At least, you must keep going. In this life, there's no easy life. The reality of life, there's no easy. Even in our daily lives, there's no easy. If we feel something easy sometimes, we will, it's really sure that we will experience also the difficult in life. Because not every day is a Christmas. Pero kilala mo si, si Dwight Ramos? Dwight Ramos. Hindi, sino yun? Sino yun? Ikulan. Keep going, keep going. Diba? Risyo, Tagalog ka pala. Nag-translation lang yan, sis. Translation lang yan, sis. I start from you already, but it's very late po. It's okay. Madam Elsa, thank you so much, Madam Elsa. Mga girl, sino nakakilala kay Dwight Ramos? But if you start, then you rise. Yes. Blessed food, I can speak because I have a babu. Yeah, the wife of Rishu is a Filipina. Oh, so your Filipina is your babu is teaching you, ah? Sige, i-search ko sino yung sinasabi mo, si Dwight. Sige, i-search natin yan. Tingnan ko ha kung kilala ko or hindi. Hindi ko kilala to, basketball player. Hindi kasi ako mahilig sa mga nagbabasketball player. Si Dwight Ramos, professional basketball player. Whatever you all speak or comment, I write down in my diary. Wow. Oo, hindi ko siya kilala. 23 years old. He is a Filipino-American professional basketball player for Toyama Grosses of the Japanese League. Sometimes I ask her only na, Misha, shout out! Magtagalog ka na, Risyo, para hindi kami mahirapan sa kalisod. Madam Elsa, thank you, Madam Elsa. Tahan na kita, Madam Elsa. Play natin. Bliss food, my babu is very, very good but angry on me sometimes without any reason. Without any reason. It's a sentence. She hates this sentence. So I purposely say sometimes, but I love her so much, Nax. Elsa Veloso. Thank you, Madam Elsa, for sharing my live. Saan mo na-share? Sa isa yata. Tingnan kong isang account mo. Elsa Maria Veloso. Mag-comment ka lang muna din sa nakapin. Magsukli yun sa'yo. Ito, na-share na Madam Elsa. Thank you, Madam, for sharing my live. Thank you, thank you. Ayan, i-play ko na ang iyong gourmet tinapa sandwich with chips. Nikki, where is Nikki? Guys, dikit-dikit lang, guys. Ate Roots Vlog, mega love shout out Ate Roots Vlog. May jacket ka na po. Thank you po sa pagbisita. Miss Ryan official, hello be. Then she replied without any reason, ha? There is a big reason. It's not without any reason. Oh, my loving babu, my wife. Charot. Ayan, may paharang tayo kay Madam Elsa. May paharang. Ayan guys, ayan na kayong lahat. Ilan na to? 2, 4, 6, 18, 11. Ayan, 11 na yung nakaplay guys. Thank you for sharing my live. Minsan sakit man sa kigol, no? Mag-upo ba ka live? Sige, live pa more. Yes, thank you, Rishu, ha? Thank you. Yes, Rishu. Ano daw yun? Yan ang ang nag-trigger para these two countries. Silsa, pagandahan please, dikit me back na po. Ayan. Hoy! Montenegro Vines! Ba't doon ka nag-iingay sa Facebook, Char? Wait lang guys ha. May binabasa lang ako. Basag na puso, madam, kay nag-iingay. Agoy, agoy. Hilin Kabantaw, thank you po sa patamsak. Nathan Lisada, shout out po. OFW, shout out. Naku, nawili ako basa ni guys, mga chismis. Balita pa more. Pastilan mo ni, oy. Pastilan, oy. Sana ba tayo? Nagchismis? Yatay. Sige, chismis pa more. Sana ba tayo? Barteran, Lapagan. Sige, push lang guys. Kaya na lagi. Uy, kamusta ka na? My God. Char. Kawawa naman to eh. Yung mga nakikita ko. Grabe pa naman ang ano ang... Uy! Sige, i-play kita. May... Ay, naku, Lord. Montenegro. Montenegro. Uy, kanina ka pa dyan. Dapat kanina ka pa nag-share. Ano nangyari sa iyo? Dito na ako sa bahay mo. 1.61K bananas. Fresh from the farm. Tara sa malamig. Malamig? Malamig talaga. Ayan, si Helen Kabantang. Ayan, okay na. Naka-play ka na. Ay, naku, ang gera. Ano nangyari sa gera na to? Oy! Ay, naku, grabe. World War pa more. Nag-iingay pa ko sa FB Hoy, wag ka na mag-ingay doon. Dito ka na mag-ingay, Char. Ang ingay mo sa Facebook, ha? Bakit nag-iingay ka doon? Battle YouTubers, vloggers. Kaya natagalan. So, I am not alone. Not alone. Tahimik natin ah. Wait nga, maghanap tayo ng naka-LS. Tahimik. Bix Becky. Ang daming mga dito. Career history. Pag nag-music naman tayo, mabilis naman tayo maano. May tawag dito ah. Bix Becky. Ang daming mga dito. Career. Search history. Career. Watch hours. Tayo kay Roth. Ayun, naka-LS na siya. Wala pang tao. Jackie Chan.
Ayun na, nandiyan si Jackie.
Grabe na mga war, oh. Grabe talaga. I am not alone. Sino nga naka-live ngayon? Tingnan natin. Kay Rowell. Madam Elsa! Thank you, Madam Elsa. Naku, mahina ang signal. Ano lang tayo. Kable. Hanap tayo ng Hilin! Pasukli na lang, Hilin. Kay Elsa Maria Veloso.
Ano?
Sige po, salamat Madam Elsa. Naku, wifi. Sige po, salamat Madam. Maglagay ng music. Music tayo.
Nandiyan pala siya ng kabuhag. Kala ko lumabas na. Jackie. Game na kayo na yung kabahag. Jackie. Confirm mo.
I love the way she makes me smile, she makes me smirk. And I can see her winning the Miss Universe. And if heaven does exist, it will most probably look like her. Yeah.
Di babae ako na di ng kay ganda. Yung mga mata niya ay bibihagin ka. Pag tumingin ka sa kanya ay matik na. Parang tinanaga ni Cupido, sapul na sapul ka.
Cause I lose myself around you, girl. You got some
Oy,
kind
Justin! Shout out, Justin!
girl that makes me wanna stay.
Ako na nga ang papipili.
Mega love shout out!
Pwede mo ba kong alipin?
Ikaw lamang ang laging nasa panaginip ko. Ayaw ko nang itigil to.
Araw-araw kitang aalangga.
Ayan, may jacket ka na po, Justin. Thank you po. Thank you, thank you. Joshua, shout out Joshua. Roberto, shout out.
Go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
Can I be honest? Pagising sa umaga di walang galaw. Ikaw yung tanging nasa isip.
Hello, Justin. Thank you. Workout Academy London. Shout out.
Dagdag pa dyan ang ngiti niya. Pag dinignan ka pa niya, sure na finish siya. I love the way she makes me smile, she makes me smirk. Yes.
It gives me chills, it makes me blush, it gives me breath. And I can see her beaming down this universe. And if heaven does exist, it will probably look like her.
I love the way she makes me smile, she makes me smirk.
It gives me chills, it makes me blush, it gives me breath. And I can see her beaming down this universe. And if heaven does exist, it will most probably look like her. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko.
Gusto mo kantahan ko ng live on live kung makanta ako sa mga maliit na party. Ah, ganun ba?
Sa akin, ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko.
Titais! Thank you, Titais!
Ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Hey there, baby. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaki mo babaling sa'yo. Oh, panahon nandyan ka pa. Laging pumupunta. Di lang saan may surpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya ayoko lang pahalata.
Guys, you can connect to each and everyone, guys. Thank you. And you can listen to this music. Soundtrack lang.
Bitawan, ikaw yung paraiso, diba? Hindi kita kasama. Kung makiyagad dahil pumag-isawa.
Justin! Where are you from, Justin? Translation, I know. I can see that you are using translation.
Gusto ko lang gusto. Ngayon alam ko lang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na naman magkikita.
Where are you from? Justin, may I know where are you from? Because it's your first time in my life.
Kung ako sa iyo, hindi ka na maiisan. Mahalin ka,
Taga saan ka?
ikaw lang laging malagang
Kasi yung Tagalog mo, it seems like using using translation.
Wala ka pa nakakawalang gana, baby.
Complete
Kaso lang
sentence.
wala na nga, pero alam ko na masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala na makakagawa, makakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo, ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na
Where are you in Europe? Where are you in Europe? Paano mo nahanap yung channel ko?
Baby ko kahit
Saan kita
Pilit mo na kung ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ipagdarisal pa rin kita.
Paggabi kasi umaarte yung StreamYard ko pag nagpa-akyat ako eh. Naglalag. Next time na lang akyat kung okay na yung signal ko.
Ikaw na
Saan ka sa Europe?
Bago namin natasa sinata. Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, ulit tayong magsasama.
Anong bansa ka ba?
Sa'yo nga po'y
Hindi malaman. Anong bansa ka?
Why nakita kong isang lalaki?
Kuya Chris Kitchen! Salamat po sa kamsa.
Ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita
Ayan, premiere. Ipin kita.
Ako'y di mapagali. Ikaw na lang ang sa tabi buong gabi. O pwede tayo magmadaga-baga na lamig. O magdamadagas-hindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali. Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sa mga lakas mo kasi sabi. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baka pwede sana mapasakin yung gusto mo sabihin. Pauwi na kami if you want me, baby. Tell me if you want me, if you want me, baby.
I just want your body, baby.
Yes! Janine! Shout out Janine!
Hinihintay kita dito kanina pa.
13.
I just want your body.
Oliver! Shout out!
Ikaw na ang maganda na talaga sa aking mata.
You're welcome po! Army Cat, shout out sa nakakita. Ayan, suki na lang.
Sarap ang
Kasi final Kuya Chris, dahil daw sa CCG.
kasi sa spaceship sasakay kita. Parang hindi ang ganyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Boses ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Ang ganda ng aking umaga. Kasi may espesyal na nakilala. Nagbigay ng kulay at hiwaga. Simulan pa, ikaw na lagi kong iniisip. Talaga sa
Dikita na kayo guys!
mahal kita, ano man ang dahilang sabihin sa'yo lamang iaalay ang tunay ko na pag-ibig. That chick's so the best, she's so sexy. And I asked her what's her name, she said Lexi. Took a miss and then she wanna love me, she wanna love me. Di ko mapigilan daling muli. Chick na malupet ay katawan na parang gusto kong sumama. Sa kanya
Dikita na kayo guys!
kilala. Dito tayo sa dilim.
Janine, share mo yung live ko sa community mo para play kita sa screen.
Yung sorpresa, kasalamaan di ako pideya. Habang walang nakatingin, samantalahin natin ang gabi. Sa'yo naman nakaganto, nabuo yung durog na puso ko. Lahat pinago mo, lahat ang sabi ng baby. Meaning B, ako ang iyong boy pick up. And I see you, anong oras ba ang meet up? Uling ka ba? Kasi kanina sa'kin nagbabaga ka. Si Spaceship, isasakay kita. Lahat ng kailangan maging dala-dala. Si
Dinidikit kasi
guys,
guys.
walang baga-baga. Ang katawan, ang sarap mong titigan. Masas ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Parang hindi ang kanyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Masas ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Parang hindi ang ganyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Roses ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita.
Lucky Raha, na daw sa si Janine.
Ikaw na pala ang may-ari.
Andito na ako sa premiere mo, Kuya Chris.
Minamahal ko.
Tusok 66 ako ha.
Kisabi na lang na walang nagmahal. Okay lang ako.
BG lang ako sa'yo. Mag-BG lang kasi baka mapano yung main ko. Main kasi to.
Parang tangang kausap ang talaawan. Naghihintay na meron sa gitna ng kawalan. Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo. Akala ko'y hanggang dulo. Kaya't humiling ako kay Bathala.
hindi na siya luluha pa.
Janine, pasukli na lang po si Ma'am Elsa.
Magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at luha sa aking mga mata. Ganun na pa tayo dati kasaya. Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal. Kahit tagal ko rin binubuo, kahit tagal ko rin sa bawat saglit, andun man sa talan, kahit di mo alam. Subukan muling at pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan. Tapos na ang lahat, nandito pa rin ako. Kailan kaya uling magkakatawa? Di ko alam,
Hindi ko alam.
di ko alam. Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal. Kahit tagal ko rin binubuo, kahit tagal ko rin inisin ko. Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, ngiti mo sapat, masaya na ako. Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, dalhin kita sa paraiso. Oras na akong nag-aantay sa'yo, nag-aapang ako sa labas ng
Dita
bahay
is wonderful. Shout out.
dapat marinig ang iba, ay magdamot makikita kanila. Ang ibang pilitin kung di ka mahanda, sa susunod na lang, sa susunod. Ayoko sa magaya ko na, hindi mo na nagpasaya kakaiba. Nagbago na lahat, salamat at natagpuan kita. Kanina pa kita tinitignan, kanina pa kasi ko lang igigil dyan. Kanina mo ba kasi iniisip na, di ako hindi ka titignan. Huwag mo na lang sanang isipin na katulad ako nila. Ang gusto ko lang naman talaga sa'yo ay mahalin ka, baby. Nadarang na naman sa'yo ako'y bakit ba kahit na kasama sa habang buhay, pero kailangan mo na maghinay-hinay. Alam ko naman kasalanan ko, o sinayang ko. Basta sa akin ka sumama na, di ako maghahanapan ng iba. Ang pansin din ang mga nagkatingin sa ating dalawa, sa ating dalawa. Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, hindi mo sapat, masaya na ako. Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, dalhin kita sa paraiso. Ganda ang pinipili, ikaw ang gusto ko, walang ibang pinili. Oh, ganda ang pinipili, ikaw ang gusto ko, walang ibang pinili. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh so tight. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Yes, I miss it all. Sana ulo mo sa unan, katawan mo ay aking kukumutan. Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Hawak kamay, pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. At night, I think of you. I want to be your lady, like a dream come true. Wanna be with you. 3, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. It's good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You like everything to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better. I must stick with you forever. Nobody gonna take me higher. I must stick with you. 1, 2, 3. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng
Hello, Great Ace!
Gusto
Great Ace, hello!
isayaw ng mabagal. Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo lang. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita.
Mega love shoutout, Great Ace!
Sa akin ikaw pa rin, baby ko. Baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Hey, dance, baby. Di naman ako makakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaking mababaliw sa'yo. Oh, panahon nandyan ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di lasan, may sorpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta makasama ka. Bakit ba?
Guys, please connect to Great Ace!
Naisip na bitawan, ikaw yung paraiso, diba? Hindi kita kasama, kung makiagad dahil kung mag-isawa, nakaalalay sa anumang bagay.
Already late there. Saan?
Kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Okay.
Ako, walang gusto.
PW, shout out. Wait lang, Rams ha. I-play kita, Rams. Stay ka lang muna. May dinidikitan lang ako.
Kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na hanang magkikita.
Good evening, Rams.
Gusto ko sa akin ikaw. Kung ako sa iyo, hindi ka na Sana mahalin ka, mahalang iba. Ikaw lang ang aking malagang Pilipina. Ikaw ang dalaga, ikaw ang prinsesa.
Riel, shout out.
Wala ka pa nakakawala.
RMG Lions, vlog, hello.
Kaso lang wala na.
Which country? Great Ace.
Masaya ka na sa mundo ko, wala nang makakagawa. Makakatumbas na yung napadamba. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo.
Thank you, Great Ace. Baba na bahay si Riz, guys.
Tinamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita. Kari ng baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko, pangakong ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ikaw na ang pinaka-maganda na talaga sa aking
Sige, pupuntahan kita, ano.
Ikaw na ang pinaka
Tapag lang kayo, guys.
sa aking mata. Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, uli tayong magsasama. Nadarang naman sa'yo nga boy, bakit ba nagkikilala? May nakita kong isang lalaki, di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita? Ako'y di mapagali, ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayo magmamagabag na nalamig, o magdamag-nagasindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali. Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo,
Rishu, hello, Rishu.
darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baka pwede sana mabasa'kin yung gusto mo sa'kin.
Diyan ka para.
I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ako galit, baby, uwi ka na. Hinihintay kita kanina pa. I just want your body, na na na. Pinaka, huwag mo na binata sa aking mata. Ikaw na ang pinaka magandang na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Parang binigbi ang kanyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Parang binigbi ang kanyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Ang ganda ng aking umaga. Kasi may espesyal na nakilala. Nagbigay ng kulay at hiwaga. Simulan bago ikaw lang ang lalaking lagi kong iniisip. Talaga sa pagtulog at sa aking panaginip. Mahal kita, ano man ang kanilang sabihin. Sa'yo lamang iaalay ang tunay ko na pag-ibig. That chick's so the best, she's so sexy. And I asked her what's her name, she said Lexi. Usap kami sandali, she wanna love me, she wanna love me. Di ko mapigilan na lingunin. Chick na malupet ay katawan na parang gusto mo sumama. sa kanya kahit na di ko kilala.
Dito tayo sa dilim, yung walang may kita. Buksan mo ng palihim, meron yung sorpresa.
Kasanamaan ay
Di ako pideya, habang walang nakatingin. Samantalahin natin ang gabi.
sa'yo lang naman nakaganto. Nabuo yung durog na puso ko. Lahat pinago mo, lahat ng sa akin, baby.
Gita is wonderful. Dance apart.
Baby, ako
Thank
ay
you, Madam
perfect
Elsa.
And I see you, anong oras ba ang uling ka ba? Kasi kanina sa'kin at baka
Sisay ko sasakay kita. Lahat ng kailangan maging dala-dala. Safe ko pagkasama, huwag kang mataka. Hindi ka magkaduda, walang baga-baga. Parang
Ibiyan ka ng katawan.
ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba?
Abanger! Shout out!
Sasakay kita. Parang binibiyan ka ng katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Parang binibiyan
Baba na kayo mga bahay ninyo, guys.
ang sarap mong titigan.
Dakami Hiro. Arigato gozaimasu. Yan guys, pasip-sip naman guys kay Abangers TV.
Ikaw na
Elsa.
pala
Madam Elsa Maria Villas.
may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Isa
Kisabi na lang na wag nang mag-alala. Okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tayo.
guys, binaba ko yung bahay ni Madam Elsa, guys.
Naghihintay na mayroon sa aming kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo. Akala ko'y hanggang dulo. Kaya't humingi ako kay Barteran.
Romero Vlog, shout out. Thank you.
Sana ay hindi masyadong lumaba.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, mata, ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya. Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo.
Thank you, Madam Elsa. Thank you, thank you.
Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal. Na kahit tagal ko rin binubuo. Kahit tagal ko
Sa
rin
bawat saglit,
hanggang sa kamalan. Kahit di mo
alam,
subukan muli at pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan. Natapos na ang lahat. Nandito pa rin ako.
kailan kaya muling magkakatawa?
Di ko alam. Di ko alam.
Ingatan mo siya.
Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal. Kay tagal ko rin Kay tagal ko rin inisip ko Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, ngiti mo sapat Masaya na ako, bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, dalhin kita sa paraiso
Oras na akong nag-aantay sa'yo Nag-aabang ako sa labas ng bahay niyo
Ibulong mo nang dapat marinig ng iba Kay magpagod makikita kanila
Ayaw kitang pilitin kung di ka mahanda Sa susunod na lang Sa susunod na lang Kaya sa pagtayo ko sa umaga ay hanap ko na Ngiti mo na nagpasayang kakaiba Nagbago ng lahat salamat at natagpuan kita
Kanina pa kita tinitignan Kanina pa kasi ko lang gigigil dyan Kanina mo ba kasi iniisip mo Di ako hindi ka titipan
Huwag mo na lang sanang isipin na katulad ako nila Kung gusto ko lang naman talaga sa'yo ay mahalin ka, baby
Nadarama naman sa'yong ako'y Bakit ba di na magkasama sa habang buhay Pero kailangan mo na maghinay-hinay
Alam ko naman kasalanan ko o sinayang ko
Basta sa akin ka sumama na Di ako maghahanap pa ng
Huwag
iba
mong pansinin ang mga nakatingin sa ating dalawa Sa ating dalawa
Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, hindi mo sapat
Masaya na ako
Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, dalhin kita sa paraiso
Four.
Igandang pinipili
Romero Vlog, thank you. Hello, Reyes.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal
Put your head on Put me in your arms
Baby,
Squeeze me oh so
isn't she
tight
lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Yes, I want
Sakit mo sana ulo mo sa unan Katawan mo ay aking hukumutan Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng magal Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal
Hawak kamay
Daddy, Dida is wonderful, Lord.
Sabay sa musika At night I think of you
I want to be your lady
Like a dream come true Two, wanna be with you Three, girl it's plain to see That you're the only one for me
Good to be true Can't take my eyes off you
I'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better. I must stick with you forever. Nobody gonna take me higher. I must stick with you. 1, 2, 3. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Kama hello, malalaki raman. Shout out.
Isip ko, inaamin ko na nami-miss kita.
Guys, patamsak naman ako, guys.
Sa akin, ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko, kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko, pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Hey there, baby. Di lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaking mababaliw sa'yo. Panahon nandyan ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di lang saan may surpresa ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya, ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta makasama ka. Iba kung kailan ka inaisip
Ayan, patamsak na ang premiere.
bitawan. Ikaw yung paraiso, diba? Hindi kita kasama. Kung makiyagad dahil kung mag-isawa, nakaalalay sa anumang bagay. Malaman ako sa sarili, laging nandaan ka. Ang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto ko, walang gusto. Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya mabuhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na tayo magkikita. You made a better. Gusto ko sa akin ikaw. Pangako sa iyo.
Crystal Vlog! Shout out Crystal Vlog! Thank you! May jacket ka na po, Crystal Vlog!
Ikaw ang dalaga, ikaw ang prinsesa. Pag nawala ka pa, nakakawalang gana, baby. Kaso lang wala na nga, pero alam ko, masaya ka na sa mundo ko, wala nang makakagawa. Makakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Ibig mo, lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na nami-miss kita.
Darts, Nikki, and Stevie, may ganap shout out! You're welcome po, Crystal Vlog. Magdikita na kayo, guys.
Piling ko pangakong ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ikaw na ang pinaka-maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Ikaw na ang pinaka-gwapo na binata sa aking mata. Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, uli tayong magsasama.
Ay, Crystal, bagong tikit ka sa akin. Sige lang, subian kita.
May nakita kong isang lalaki. Di ko malimutan ang kanyang imahe. Ano ba ang iyong pangalan noong nakita kita?
mapagali. Ikaw na lang ang katabi buong gabi. O pwede tayo magbabaga pag nalalamig. O magdamag-dagas hindi buong gabi. Sarap kasi ng tama kahit na mali. Meron akong tinatago, di ko lang maamin. Pagdating kasi sa'yo ako'y mahihain. Pero kahit anong oras mo ako tawagin, darating ako sobrang lakas mo kasi sa'kin. Tell me if you want me, baby boy, sabihin mo. Baka pwede ka na mapasakin kung gusto mo sa'kin. Hindi pa mauwi na kami. If you want me, baby, tell me if you want me. If you want me, baby. I just want your body, baby, lika na. Di na ako galit, baby, uwi ka na.
Reyes! Dahil na daw sa'yo, Reyes! Sabi ni Crystal Vlog.
I just want your body. Huwag mo na binata sa aking mata. Ikaw na ang pinaka maganda na talaga sa aking mata. Yeah. Parang bining ang kanyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba?
Kaula, done to you. Guys, pasukli kayo sa nakapin, guys. Kay Elsa Maria Veloso.
Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba?
Puntahan kita, Crystal.
Kasi
Si Tulits. Ayan, Tulits. Dandikit na po.
ng aking umaga. Kasi may espesyal na nakilala. Nagbigay ng kulay at hiwaga. Simulan
Done na po sa'yo, Crystal. Bagong dikit po sa Crystal. Divo Costa, bumdiya, Divo Costa.
mahal kita, ano man ang danilang sabihin sa'yo. Lamang iaalay ang tunay ko na pag-ibig. That chick's the best, she's so sexy. And I asked her what's her name, she said Lexi. Mag-usap kami sandali, she wanna love me, she wanna love me. Di ko mapigilan daling muli. Chick na malupet ay katuwa na parang gusto kong sumama sa kanya kahit na di ko kilala. Dito tayo sa dilim, yung walang may kita. Buksan mo ng palihim, meron yung sorpresa. Kasama man di ako pideya. Habang walang nakatingin, samantalahin natin ang gabi. Sa'yo lang naman nakaganto. Nabuo yung duro ng puso ko. Nagumoy lahat sa akin, baby.
Baby,
Ako ang iyong boy pick up. Can I see you? Anong oras ba ang meet up? Muli ka ba? Kasi kanina sa'kin nagbabaga ka. Sa spaceship isasakay kita. Lahat ng kailangan maging dala-dala. Safe ko pagkasama mo, huwag kang magtaka. Hindi ka magdududa, walang baga-baga. Parang baby ang kanyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba?
Apat.
Kasi sa spaceship isasakay
Oy, Crystal
kita.
Vlog, thank you. Paminsyon na lang po, ha? Paminsyon na lang, guys, kay Madam Elsa Maria Veloso. Andyan po siya, guys, sa BGBG po.
Rosas ka ba?
Thank you, Crystal. Dikit na rin sa'yo, Crystal. Thank you.
Parang baby ang kanyang katawan. Ang sarap mong titigan. Rosas ka ba? Kasi sa spaceship isasakay kita. Ikaw na pala
ang may-ari ng damdamin ng minamahal ko.
Kisabi na lang na huwag nang mag-alala, okay lang ako.
Parang tangang kausap ang tala at buwan, naghihintay na meron sa gitna ng kawalan.
Akala ko'y habang buhay tayo, akala ko'y hanggang dulo, kaya't humili ako kay Bathala. Sana ay hindi na siya luluha pa.
Kapag naalala ko ang mga araw na magkasama tayong dalawa, ngiti at tuwa sa aking mga mata, ganun na pala tayo dati kasaya.
Ingatan mo siya, pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal, na kahit tagal ko rin binubuo, kahit tagal ko
Sa
rin
bawat saglit, hanggang masaktan, kahit di mo alam.
subukan muli at pagbigyan ang ating nakaraan. Natapos na ang lahat, nandito pa rin ako.
Kailan kaya muling makakatawa?
Di ko alam, di ko alam.
Ingatan mo siya,
Pinaliwala niya ako dahil sa'yo. Nawalan na ng saysay ang pagmamahal, na kahit tagal ko
Hello
rin,
guys!
kahit tagal ko rin inisip ko. Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang di mo sapat, masaya na ako. Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, dalhin kita sa
Kasi
paraiso.
mo oras na akong nag-aantay sa'yo, ako sa labas ng bahay niyo.
Ipulong mo nang dapat marinig ng iba, ay maglagot makikita kanila.
Ayaw kitang pilitin kung di ka mahanda. Sa susunod na lang, sa susunod na lang. Kaya sa pagtayo ko sa umaga ay hanap ko na ngiti mo na nagpasaya kakaiba. Nagbago na lahat-lahat, salamat at natagpuan kita.
Kanina pa kita tinitignan, kanina pa kasi ko nang gigigil dyan. Kanina ko ba kasi iniisip na di ako hindi ka titigman.
Huwag mo na lang sanang isipin na katulad ako nila. Ang gusto ko lang naman talaga sa'yo ay mahalin ka, baby.
Nadarama naman sa'yo nga boy, bakit ba lagi na kasama sa habang buhay? Pero kailangan mo na maghinay-hinay.
Alam ko naman kasalanan
Basta sa akin kasama na, di na ko maghahanapan ng
Huwag
iba.
mong pansinin ang mga nagkatingin sa ating dalawa, sa ating dalawa.
Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, hindi mo sabay.
Masaya na ako.
Bakit ganito? Ikaw lang gusto, dalhin kita sa paraiso.
Ikaganda ang pinipili, ikaw ang gusto ko, walang ibang pinili. Oh, ikaganda ang pinipili, ikaw ang gusto ko, walang ibang pinili.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh so tight.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Yes, I will miss it all.
Sana ulo mo sa unan, katawan mo ay aking kukumutan. Oh, gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Hawak kamay,
Pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. At night, I think of you.
I want to be your lady.
Like a dream come true. Two, wanna be with you. Three, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me.
It's good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. Nobody gonna love me better.
I must stick with you forever.
Nobody gonna take me higher. I must stick with you. 1, 2, 3.
Gusto kitang
Isayaw ng mabagal.
na mabagal.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto isayaw ng mabagal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mabagal.
Are those measures which are very exposed? We know that because we want them because we can't hold there forever.
Kaya salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Pag-ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na namimiss kita. Na namimiss kita.
Sa'kin ikaw pa rin ang baby ko. Baby ko kahit wala ka na sa piling ko. Piling ko pangakong ipagdarasal pa rin kita. Ipagdarasal pa rin kita.
Hey there baby, ngayon lang ako nakakita ng katulad mo. You got me crazy. Kahit sinong lalaking mababalin sa'yo.
Oh,
Panahon nandyan ka pa, laging pumupunta. Di maasahan may surprise ka laging dala. Ang saya-saya ayoko lang pahalata. Kasi okay na naman ako basta nakasama ka.
bakit ba kung kailan ka inaisip na di bitaw on. Ikaw yung paraiso, diba?
Hindi kita kasama. Kung makiyagan dahil kung mag-isa, di ka alalay sa mga bagay. Malaman ako sa sarili, laging nandiyan ka.
Ang isayaw ng mabagal.
Gusto ko, walang gusto.
Ngayon alam ko nang hindi ko kaya buhay nang wala ka. Kahit saan man tayo magpunta, di na tanang magkikita.
You made a bad life. Gusto ko sa
You're welcome, madam.
Kung ako sa iyo, hindi ka matiisan. Mahalin ka, malalawi pa. Ikaw lang ang aking malagang Pilipina. Ikaw ang dalata, ikaw ang prinsesa. Pag nawala ka, nagagawa ng gana, baby.
Kaso lang malala na, pero alam ko masaya ka na. Sa mundo ko wala nang makakagawa. Magkakatumbas na yung napadama. Salamat sa pag-ibig mo. Ibig mo lagi kang nasa puso't isip ko. Isip ko at inaamin ko na nami-miss kita. Nami-miss kita.
Pari ng baby ko, kahit palaga na sa piling ko. Piling ko kung akong ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ipagdarisal pa rin kita. Ikaw lang ang pinaka-bago lang hinata sa aking mata.
Miss na kita, baby, hindi ko na kaya. Sobrang saya, ulit tayong sasama. Nadarang naman sa'yo, boy. Bakit ba
Why nakita ko
Dims Vlog USA, hello po. 2 hours. Hindi na po ng 2 hours.
iisipin na papagod.
Hello Dims Vlog USA, good evening.
Sa'yo ang gusto ko lang magkasigurado.
matagal na panahon nakitang balak tanungin. May pag-asa pa ko, bakit di pa sagutin? Sabihin mo ano
Bigyan ng shoutout, guys.
Bukod sa araw-araw
Ace Mac, done to you from Elsa Maria Veloso. Please connect also to Elsa Maria Veloso. Nakapin, guys. Antonio S. Rocky. Mega lang shoutout. Bigyan kita ng jacket. Ayan, Antonio. May jacket ka na, Antonio S. Rocky.
Makasama lang kita, yun lang ang aking nilingkod.
Ilang araw nang hindi dumadalaw. Alam mo ba, hinahanap kita araw-araw. Gabi-gabi ako hindi mabagay. Inaalala ko ang mga bawat sandali.
You're welcome po, Antonio S. Rocky. Salamat din sa pagbisita.
Ang matagal ko nang hinihintay.
Paginawan mo na lamang ba? Ikaw ko, kahit anong gawin, limutin ka, hindi nasisig ko.
Kasi ako nang matiis lang. Dahan-dahan kita namimiss lang. Ilang beses na nilang aliwain, ikot ikaw pa rin. Gusto ko kinikis lang.
I don't know what to do. Or even
Ano ba, patayin ko yung music. Cooking na din na.
di na magagalaw.
Pakinggan ko muna yung balita.
have been some reports on social media of people of African and Indian descent having particular problems. Let's get more on this aspect of our story with our South Asia editor, who's here in the studio with me. And I know you've been looking at this throughout the course of the day, looking at social media, looking at pictures. What have you been seeing again?
Well, Matthew, tens of thousands of African and Indian students are stranded at the French border. So they try to board trains, and social media footage shows that they are being stopped by Ukrainian officials from boarding the trains. And this one particular footage just went viral on Indian media. And I think the one you were watching is, I think this one is African, involving African students, where they're being told, you can't board the train, and they're being told to sit down, and you could hear a voice saying, don't do this to us, you're doing this because we're black. And you could see a woman feeding a baby, so even women with babies are not being allowed to board these trains. So the testimonies, there are too many testimonies to discount now.
Hello, Bimisha. Shout out, Bimisha.
Going viral on Indian media with one particular student, a Malayali student from Kerala, a medical student, is saying that she was being beaten up by the officials, and her fellow students also alleged the same complaint and said that we're being mistreated and being pushed aside, and the Ukrainians are being allowed to go fast and they're being left behind.
Now, I know you've been getting some full response from Ukrainian authorities, given everything you've seen, the confusion and difficulties of that. Have you had any sort of response from the authorities in terms of their explanation in terms of what's happened?
No, I have left several messages and I'm still waiting for their response. But I think some of the Indian students allege that the Ukrainian officials have turned them back because of the Indian government's response to the Security Council, because India has abstained from condemning the invasion of Ukraine by Russian forces. So Indian students say that this is in retaliation for that decision that India has taken.
We'll leave it there. Thanks very much. We're about to take another break. For some of the latest lines, US defense officials saying in the last little while, airspace is still being contested over Ukraine. Ukrainian air and missile defenses remain viable and active. A little earlier, we were hearing the advisor to Ukraine's interior ministry saying the talks between Ukraine and Russia had started. That was contested by the Russians, making the point that the teams are there, the talks haven't started. And we heard from Ukraine's interior minister confirming that Russia has not taken control of any key cities in Ukraine. We'll have more on all of those key lines here on BBC News in just a moment. Don't go away. For the spots inland and up towards the northeast, some showers, heavy showers of snow working across eastern Canada into New England and upstate New York. Actually, some quite squally, gusty winds as well. We will continue to see some showery rain across the Gulf Coast of Mexico, but it remains in Mexico City. Scattered showers across Central the Caribbean. The showers most frequent the further east you go. Lots of heavy downpours for the northern end of South America, and also some quite severe thunderstorms through central and northern parts of Argentina.
Ariam! Hello, Ariam!
30 degrees in Buenos Aires. Now we look ahead to Monday in Europe, an area of high pressure giving a slice of dry and sunny conditions stretching from Iberia all the way up towards the Baltic. Low pressure spinning down towards the southeast, continuing to bring in some rain and snow and some brisk winds. Also some wet weather for parts of Algeria and Tunisia during Monday. Northeastern Africa looking fine and dry. Plenty of showers and thunderstorms across central parts, and it looks very wet once again across Madagascar with a continued risk of flooding. Now to the Middle East, Dry weather continues, plenty of sunshine in the forecast. Those of you afternoon temperatures for Monday, some showers will eventually approach the Levant over the next few days. Looking mainly dry across South Asia as well on Monday. Plentiful sunshine in the forecast. Some showers just creeping in across Pakistan and some also affecting Sri Lanka. Further east, high pressure keeping things dry for most parts of Korea and Japan on Monday. Some showers continuing across Hokkaido and northern Honshu, those tending to fade. We do have another weather system starting to develop. That will bring a mix of rain, sleet and snow across northeastern parts of China, and another weather system starting to show its hand a little bit further south. That will be strengthening over the coming days. Some quite wet weather across the southern end of the Philippines, scattered showers for Malaysia, Singapore and Indonesia. Now this is tropical cyclone Anika running parallel to the north coast of Western Australia, bringing further wind and rain. Still some very wet weather too, affecting the eastern side of Australia, drier than it has been across Queensland, where we've seen such significant flooding. The focus for the rain increasingly across New South Wales. Many parts of New Zealand are fine and dry with some sunshine and just one or two showers. This slide, migrants started throwing rocks and bricks and branches towards the homeless forces.
A week of commemorative events in honor of Archbishop Tutu is well underway all over South Africa. There's more trouble here in the Netherlands. Small groups of people destroying things in the northern city of Groningen.
Clashes are taking place just a few hundred meters away from where I'm standing now. In here, the sound of shooting and explosion.
This is a store that has now claimed at least
Hirin Kabantaw, dana daw sa iyo, sabi ni Crystal Vlog. Hello, live, shout out.
Places than any other international news broadcaster. We are leaders in global breaking news. I'm Los Atkins here on BBC News as we continue our coverage of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. As the battle rages for hope for peace, Ukraine's president agrees to talk with Russia but accuses the Kremlin of war crimes.
Russia's criminal actions against Ukraine show signs of genocide. I talked about this with the UN Secretary General. Russia is on the path of evil.
Vladimir Putin says he's moving Russia's nuclear deterrent to special alert in response to what he called aggression from NATO.
He'll be fighting in
Ukraine's second
Kharkiv.
largest city, Kharkiv. The country's foreign minister says people are fighting back.
Grabe.
I want to stress that in the first 4 days of Russia's invasion, Russia has not achieved a single strategic goal. Meanwhile, in Germany, huge protests of the conflict have taken place as Berlin faces a massive hike in defense spending. Also, thousands of people are continuing to flee Ukraine, hoping to find safety in countries to the west. As you can see here, Poland is now absolutely on the humanitarian front line of this crisis.
Dalawa pa lang. Dalawa.
Hello, I'm Los Atkins.
Sige po,
Welcome to BBC News'
yes.
ongoing coverage of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Now, the Ukrainian government has agreed to hold talks with the Russian delegation without preconditions on the border with neighbouring Belarus. In another major development, President Putin has ordered Russian military commanders to put the country's strategic nuclear forces on special alert. That's their highest level. He says it's in response to aggression from the NATO military alliance. The move has been condemned by the White House, and NATO says Putin's threat is dangerous and irresponsible. Well, this is the latest map of Russian-controlled territory in Ukraine. Ukraine says it still controls all of the major cities, but there has been heavy fighting in the east in Kharkiv. So far, the UN Refugee Agency estimates that 368,000 people have fled Ukraine to escape the conflict. We begin our coverage with this report from Angus Court.
Combat on the streets of a European city. Ukrainian soldiers using rocket-propelled grenades
Kharkiv in the northeast of the country, putting up a fierce defense here, searching through an abandoned Russian convoy. The president again addressed his people.
Last night was gruesome in Ukraine. Again the shelling, again the bombing of residential areas and civilian infrastructure.
But a glimmer of hope after a call with this man, President Lukashenko of Belarus, an agreement to hold peace talks with Russia. The killing, though, goes on. 4 people died in this building close to the Russian border. Homes are now targets. Apartment blocks in a northern suburb of Kyiv burn, hit by Russian fire, as attacks continue across the country. A complete curfew here, with Mayor and former heavyweight boxing champion Vitaly Klitschko warning of Russian infiltrators. The situation in the capital is complex and tense, he said. The enemy has not broken into the city, but saboteurs are operating. People remain defiant, these women singing the national anthem as they pack supplies for the front line. To the west, the desperate mobbing the trains, trying to escape, and at border crossings, tens of thousands arrive, queues stretching into the distance. Russia has not achieved the quick victory it wanted, and Kyiv has not fallen. President Putin reacted by placing his nuclear forces on high alert.
Dikit-dikit lang kayo, guys.
Not only taking unfriendly steps against that country in the economic dimension. I mean, the illegitimate sanctions that everyone knows about very well, but the top officials of leading NATO countries also
Dinisario, shout out. Yan, palambing naman, guys.
Despite losses in the south,
Dikit-dikit
the
lang.
military has gained ground, with more troops and armor waiting in reserve should peace talks fail. Agnes Crawford, BBC News.
Well, our correspondent Jenny Hill is in Moscow and sent us the latest from there on Vladimir Putin's instruction to his military generals to put Russia's nuclear capability on special alert.
At this stage, it's a very dramatic sounding development, and it certainly does increase, I think, the tensions here. It's not the first time, of course, that Mr. Putin has referred to Russia's nuclear capabilities around this particular invasion. He has talked about Russia's nuclear capabilities before, during the launch of the invasion. He has, of course, also warned any country that tries to interfere with what he's doing in Ukraine, that there would be consequences which would go beyond anything that you have seen in your history, which most people took as a veiled reference to some kind of nuclear attack. It is clear that Mr. Putin does not want to back down despite the sanctions, despite his increasingly isolated position on the world stage. But this, I think, has dismayed many in the West, certainly in the US, who have said that it's an irresponsible thing to have said.
Well, from Jenny in Moscow, so our chief international correspondent, Lisa Step, is in. Mentioning at the beginning of the hour that the Ukrainians have indicated they're willing to talk to Russia. What form might this take?
They're willing to listen, is what the foreign minister said in a press conference on Facebook, as happens these days. And then we received reports that the delegates were arriving at that position close to the Belarusian border. After that came reports of missiles were being fired from Belarusian territory into Ukraine, which raised the question, oh, well, are the talks going to be off? The Belarusian president had vowed to make sure that there were no attacks, no movement of Russian troops, Russian armored vehicles, Russian air attacks, and doesn't seem to have stopped them. And we're now hearing reports that they may start.
Charles Black, shout out.
Neighboring Ukraine, a very close ally of President Putin, is now trying to play mediator, but it's a very tall order right now.
Well, I was going to ask you about it being a tall order, given that the Russians did joint military exercises with the Russian troops just before this invasion. They're hardly a neutral party.
Exactly. Well, that's what President Zelensky said when it first moved it. You remember that the first venue proposed was Minsk, the capital of Belarus. President Zelensky rejected that, pointing out that Belarusian territory was now being used as a launching pad for strikes against neighboring Ukraine. And as is his way, earlier today, he did one of his videos directly speaking to the people of Belarus, saying, "We Belarus don't need Russia. You used to stand with us. Why are you allowing your territory to be used against us in this war?" And bear in mind that 2015 was the venue for the 2015 Minsk agreements. I was there at the time. The Ukrainians now say that they agreed to that deal because, in their words, we had a gun to our head. Russian forces had just invaded, annexing Crimea. We felt we had to give in to international diplomacy. Now it's a different Ukraine, a different army, and a different fight. And they are going to not accept any demands that they feel are inconsistent with their sovereign objectives and ideals.
At least you're in the capital. It is no doubt Vladimir Putin's number one goal to take control of it. What's the latest we have on the military status of the conflict around the city?
Yes, day 4 of the invasion, Ukrainians went to bed last night with warnings that past night could have been the night of all nights, that the air raid siren sounded, amplified by warnings on megaphones. Stay downstairs, don't come out, don't go to any other rooms in your house except the basement. There are going to be Russian attacks tonight, and they could be ferocious. Today dawned clear, cold, no Russian troops in the center of Kiev. We learned that it was another city, the second city, Kharkiv, which was really the focus of the most intense fighting, street-to-street fighting, Russian armored vehicles, Russian rumbling through the streets. But there have been explosions all through the day today, regular explosions on the edges of the city, about 20 miles away in some directions, about 10 miles to the northwest. There's no doubt that Russia wants to advance. The advance has stalled. The Ukrainians are putting up resistance. And I think the question now is, with all this talk about talks tomorrow, will there still be attacks on the capital Kiev tonight? I can tell you, Rosa, I look down here, it's absolutely eerie, chilling. The streets are completely empty. The traffic lights are blinking yellow because, of course, the only
Walwala na ho. Saan may walwalan?
military or security cars.
Sana all, nagwalwal lang.
Silence, stillness.
Walwalan.
All over what used to be one of the most vibrant European cities.
At least that silence
The
is connected to
history.
the curfew that the city's authorities have put in place. As I remember, that continues into Monday morning. But beyond that, what is the advice to families who are still in the city about how they should go about their lives?
Yes, families who have taken to basements, bunkers, bomb shelters, the metro stations, they're counting the hours until they can leave. At 8 a.m. on Monday morning, you hear that people are running out of food, running out of water, need to perhaps go home and get things, need to charge their phones, running out of everything. They've been down there since 5 o'clock last night. But if the security situation deteriorates overnight, they won't be able to leave. So this is the way it is. I thought, is that an airplane or is that a car?
We'll let you go, Lise, and check whether it's one or the other. Thank you very much indeed. Do stay safe, and to all of our colleagues, please stay safe as well. Well, let's move from Lise in Ukraine to Jane O'Brien, who's joining us from Washington, D.C. Jane, every day the Americans are talking to us about this crisis, talking to us about their reaction to it. What's the latest?
Well, the latest is the reaction to President Putin's announcement that his nuclear forces are being put on alert. This has been condemned in the strongest possible terms by the White House, the Pentagon, and the US ambassador to the UN, Thomas Greenfield, who says that efforts in New York are now going to be ramped up to
hold President Putin accountable. Defense officials here say that they believe that President Putin's announcement is genuine, but at the moment they don't have any information as to how it might be implemented. Now, they're not commenting, not giving any information about what effect this is having on America's own nuclear readiness. America, as we know, has the largest nuclear arsenal in the world, but officials say that they remain confident of America's ability to defend itself. So clearly we are reaching a new level in the war of rhetoric, and new tensions very much heightened today by this announcement from Russia.
I'm interested in how this story is being received in the US, James. Sunday morning is a big morning for the political programs on cable TV news. Are they all focused on this, or are domestic matters also competing with this story?
Well, I think as far as the news cycle is concerned, clearly this is the biggest news of the day, and there has been a parade of US officials, past and present, giving their take on what this means, and a real sense that the post-Cold War era for America is now firmly over, and that any ambition of President Biden to focus on China is now going to have to be recalibrated, as Russia is clearly posing a greater threat than anyone could possibly have imagined just a few months ago. We do have the State of the Union address coming up, in which President Biden will address the nation from Congress and outline his plans for his term, and take a stock of what he feels are the concerns of Americans. So it'll be very interesting.
Guys, nagbaba ng bahay si Dennis, guys. Oh.
Other issues elbow aside the current crisis in Ukraine. I obviously is going to have to talk about Ukraine, because he's already warned that Americans are going to feel pain from the sanctions that have already been implemented, and Americans are facing an enormous increase in the cost of living already because of the rampant inflation that America is experiencing, much like many other parts of the world. So there are other domestic issues that Americans themselves are probably going to consider more pressing than Ukraine, but at the moment the political classes, Congress, the White House, and defense officials are obviously very much focused on Ukraine and this latest move by Russia.
Now, Jane, I know the Americans channel a lot of their responses to this crisis via NATO, which is a military alliance which it dominates, but it is very much the senior partner in that relationship with other countries. How is Joe Biden coordinating the Western response? Are they even consider coming to Europe to meet his counterparts here?
Alizada.
Well, America is taking the lead in many respects. It was ready to impose sanctions, disconnect Russia from the SWIFT messaging service that underpins all the global banking system long before the Europeans were. But President Biden also has to, and has made this very clear, he can't move ahead of European allies, because the European economies are likely to bear the brunt of the impact of any sanctions against Russia far more than America is. So he's made it very clear that whatever America does, it has to be an absolute lockstep with Europe. He can't get out ahead of that. He said in the last with joint statements coming from the White House simultaneously. So there is very much coordinated, very carefully calibrated. Obviously indefinitely. So the other area that the UN, that the United States can also take the lead in is, of course, the UN, United Nations. And I think we're going to see more of that in the coming days as well. Linda Thomas Greenfield, who is the United States ambassador to the UN, has said that these efforts to hold President Putin accountable will be wrapped up in the coming days. And the US has already made a request to trigger an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, which will trigger an emergency meeting of the General Assembly in order to try and circumvent Russia's veto as a permanent member of the Security Council. The US wants to try and get through its resolution that it holds Russian actions as deplorable and demands the immediate withdrawal of all forces from Ukraine. So they're still going to be pushing for that. And I think, again, the United Nations will take very much centre stage in the next day or two. Jane, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to date on America's response. So we began this hour with news you said in the Ukrainian capital Kiev. We just heard from Jane in the American capital, Washington. Let's tack back to Ukraine. We expected the capital to be the military focus today, but as Lisa Doucette was saying, the much more greater focus today appears to have been Kharkiv, another big city in Ukraine. And we've been speaking to someone who escaped the city. Denis Gaza is from the Ukrainian youth. He's a Ukrainian youth delegate to the UN. He's now displaced within Ukraine. This is his story.
I just left Kharkiv yesterday. I jumped up on the last evacuation train from Kharkiv, and now I'm staying just near the oil station, which was blown up by Russians yesterday, just 7 kilometers from me. But I'm staying safe and working constantly because we need everyone to fight on this war. We need digital warriors. We need you Europeans to come to our country also to help us. I wasn't really frightened. I was frightened just in the first hours of invasion, but then I decided that they need to act. So we gathered a lot of people and we told everyone that there is a train the next day that you can go on it. It was free to use if you just come to it. And we went to Kiev. I slept one night in Kiev under severe bombarding. So it's really now hard, but we are really resistant and we are protecting the whole Western civilization from Russia.
Now, hundreds of thousands of refugees are flooding towards Ukraine's borders, particularly to the west. Poland has said this morning that at least 150 people have crossed from Ukraine just since the Russian invasion began on Thursday. A short while ago, our Europe correspondent Mark Lowen spoke to us from southeastern Poland, close to the border with Ukraine.
Well, this is what solidarity looks like. These are all donations from the people of Poland that have been gathered from people right across the country, in fact, and brought here to the border with Ukraine, where they are being kept and sorted in this converted sports hall, ready to take to the border with Ukraine. We're very close to the border, but everything's being stored and sorted here because at the moment there aren't the facilities on the border to house all this material. You can see there's a lot of food, there's water, there are blankets, there are nappies for babies, a lot of supplies, and this is all being donated. And everybody here are volunteers of all ages, really, from young to old. And you can see that how the Poles are absolutely rising to this occasion, really, in a sort of outpouring of support and solidarity for their Ukrainian neighbours. Poland says that more than 150,000 Ukrainians have already crossed over the border to here in Poland. They are being housed in hotels, dormitories, other facilities. Polish hospitals are getting ready to be able to treat some of the wounded.
Maria, shout out, Korean friend, done on your shore. Saan na ba ako? Nawili na ako, oy.
To the Ukrainians facing the Russian aggression. And as you can see here, Poland is now absolutely on the humanitarian front line of this crisis.
Let's move from Mark in Poland to Germany because there have been mass pro-Ukraine protests there. Our correspondent Damien McGuinness explains the background.
This is a shift in German foreign policy in the last couple of days since the invasion. And this has come from government leaders from mainstream centre-left, centre-right opposition parties as well, from the government, but also from here in Berlin, of a culmination of a whole week of demonstrations across the country. Today's protests in Berlin are like largest. Originally, 20,000 people were registered. I think looking at the streets right now and who is coming in from where, we're going to see much, much bigger figures than this. And this is what Olaf Scholz announced today, is to a certain extent, he's responding, his government is responding to pressure from German commentators, German leading figures and German voters who have for a long time now been pushing on Germany to act more decisively, with more solidarity in support of Ukraine.
Well, as the Russian invasion continues in Ukraine, thousands of people there are volunteering to fight to defend their neighborhoods, that despite many having no previous military experience. The Ukrainian defense minister says that 25,000 guns have been handed over to territorial defense members just in the Kiev region alone. Our correspondent, Zana Bespiachuk, has more.
Civilians answering the call to defend their country. Across Kiev, 25,000 machine guns have been given out to ordinary Ukrainians to fight the Russian army. Some of these men are being handed their weapons for the first time. Volodymyr Petrovich is one of them. He's a member of parliament and says it's everyone's duty to fight.
Everybody able to defend the country has to take up arms. I'm glad the members of the parliament managed to impose martial law. Afterwards, they jointly lined up for guns. As far as I know, over 100 members of the Ukrainian parliament took up arms and are joining different territorial defense units now. It was scary to wait for an invasion endlessly.
Yellow armbands mark these men out as volunteer fighters. They come from all walks of life, from artists and lawyers to sportsmen. But whatever their background, they will all be expected to patrol the city under martial law.
There are people with military experience, war veterans, and then there are people who swap their pens or keyboards for guns. I know what a huge potential Ukrainians have for rebellion. I heard after victory to write a book about the history of this war.
All men under 16 have been banned from leaving the country and have been urged to fight. As Russian forces move into the capital, the people here say it will take everyone's efforts to stop them. Zana Bespiachuk, BBC News, Kiev.
Now, a short while ago, my colleague Matthew Mwalo spoke to our security correspondent, Gordon Carrera, to discuss the wider military picture of this conflict.
The White House has said that Putin's order on putting the deterrent forces, as they're called in Russia, on high alert is a pattern of manufacturing threats that don't exist to justify aggression. What this order looks like from President Putin is he is saying that he's doing this because of aggressive statements from NATO. Remember, actually, last week he gave a kind of coded warning, saying that if anyone tried to hinder his campaign in Ukraine, they would see consequences of the like they've never seen in their history. And that was read as a kind of coded warning about the use of nuclear weapons. And what we're seeing now is a much more explicit move, with him going on TV with his defense minister and his chief of general staff and saying, push them up to a higher level of readiness. Now, that's a very public move. And I think what we can interpret that is it's a kind of warning for Putin to say to people, I want you to be nervous about Russia using nuclear weapons, and what extent you give support to Ukraine might trigger doing that. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's planning to do it now. It's a kind of messaging warning by Moscow.
Does it perhaps indicate that some of the action that's being taken in Western capitals is beginning to have an impact? Because we saw what the Germans have announced today, just in the last few seconds, the White House adding to what you read out, that the US is open to providing additional assistance to Ukraine. So we know that more help is being given to Ukraine, and perhaps that is what Vladimir Putin is responding to.
I think always the danger in these kind of crises is miscalculation. I think the risk for Vladimir Putin is that he miscalculated militarily about how quickly the campaign and the invasion of Ukraine might go and how much resistance he'd face, but also he may have miscalculated about how much pressure the outside world and the West would be able to put on in terms of sanctions. And it may be
Hello, Brendan.
He's realizing that this is one of his ways, if you like, of escalating in response.
Let's try and look at what is actually happening on the ground. Between us, we have a map in terms of some of the key areas that we have seen the attacks. Those orange areas are the ones now under Russian control. Just take us through what we're seeing, where the movement is, where the most serious fighting is.
Well, we've seen the Russian.
Hello, guys. Ruth Praise, shout out Ruth Praise. Brendan, shout out.
On two fronts, effectively, the north and northeast.
Bakit kaya ganito to?
There's a lot of concern that the evacuated Kyiv, but that didn't happen. What we did is Russian troops himself moved forward. And
Medyo kayo, guys.
And there was an attempt by the Russians to go into the city there, not with the heaviest forces, but certainly with some forces. And there was fighting, although the Unions say they are back in control of the town. Now we also have another map, I'm hoping, which is one which comes from the UK government. And what that map shows is really some of the directions of travel which Russia is moving. It's moving on, there we can see it, different axes. I think the crucial thing to see here is the push towards Kiev. And it looks like the Russian strategy all along has been to tie up forces elsewhere, but crucially to get some of those heavy troops around Kiev. Now, I think their strategy, it would look like from that, is to encircle the city. Hopefully, I don't think they want to go in there and fight street by street. They would rather encircle it and get a surrender. But I think, obviously, we're seeing a lot more resistance, perhaps, than they expected.
And what do we know about the... Just coming away from that conversation between Matthew and Gordon, let's go live to the Ukrainian capital, Kiev, and speak to an MP, Svetosla Yurash, who's live with us.
Nice meeting you.
You're not driving. Just tell us about the situation in the city at the moment.
Well, I just came from the front line, basically outside of Kiev, and I'm in Kiev already. The reality is that there is so much a lull in the fighting. I would say reinforcement seems like it of the forces there. So we got to the city right now with a skirmish, as we had a skirmish last night driving this city. So the point is now, I think Russians are preparing. They're preparing, and it seems that this will continue onward because they are trying to basically send their agents into Kiev.
Floor channel shout out.
En masse. And again, this is but another step in trying to cut off military command troops along the country. They are invading everywhere, and one thing that they do is to fight.
When you say you were involved in a skirmish, what exactly happened?
Subscribers.
Last night there was basically a shootout near the Ministry of Defense in Kiev. Again, Russians were sending various different
Turn
groups of
on.
people. They actually sent tank ones that got as far as 2 kilometers away from downtown. Basically, this happens almost every day and every night. And there are missiles fired onto Kiev basically last night, throughout the day today. So, in a hotel where your crew here lives, you could hear very clearly missile being dropped. There's a big police station there, which basically is central for distribution of weapons from many parts of Ukraine defense. So that's why there's a lot of activity there, I guess.
And you're an MP, as I was mentioning. Do you intend to stay in the city, or do you think you have to move out if the fighting gets worse?
Absolutely, we'll stay in the city. This is our capital, this is our country's capital, and we do not intend to give it up. And people of Kyiv are joining in the fight in every single way, and members of parliament believe they can do is try to be useful here, join in, become soldiers in all of this, and try to basically destroy some of the enemy's forces while they're at. Because again, we have no other choice. This is our country, and we are fighting for our country's existence.
Settings.
The intention to destroy Ukraine. We, people that are born in independent Ukraine, want to die. So that's why I'm here.
And with that, oh, you're back. That's good. We lost you for a moment. Let me also, I think you'll be aware in the last few hours, this idea has been floated in some circles that perhaps there can be talks between, or at least a delegation from Ukraine can listen to Russia via Belarus on the Belarusian border. Are you interested in any form of talks?
Let's see what they say. I mean, obviously, we have more lies, we have more claims against our sovereignty. And again, those of parliament like myself who are fighting the Russians on the streets or on the outskirts every day, they won't be likely to vote for any kind of compromise, any kind of a solution that fulfills Russian desire, which will essentially cut our ability to be a proper state. So, no, I mean, let's hear what they say. The point here is always to commit peace, to way out of the fighting. In the last 8 years, more or less 50,000 people in the fighting. So our idea is to avoid war. But we have a direction.
And this is for people in the UK and people watching you around the world. Just give us an idea right now of what it's like to drive through your city.
Well, it's martial law.
Guys, magpaalam na ko, guys.
It's quiet.
Thank you, everyone.
Last night, when I was driving about half a kilometer away from here, there was a ground.
See you again tomorrow. Bye. Good night. Thank you.
So the point here is